Hey y'all, it's Dan for Numerical Lion coming at you from a secret, undisclosed location to talk about this secret, undisclosed practice of gematria, this ancient occult practice of coding numbers into words. Numbers are letters, letters are numbers. This story was brought to my attention by my brother, who's my biggest troll. He posted on my wall on Facebook because I had posted a story about protesters going to protest various lockdown orders all over the country, more specifically in Ohio. And this one talking about Ohio. So, a man who called Ohio's lockdown order bullshit has succumbed to COVID 19. And notice bullshit is the thing emphasized. I'll talk about the meaning of bullshit, the numerical meaning of it. So, this is just another story about how people are taking, who are saying that this doesn't exist and then dying. Into the story about a priest or a preacher in Virginia. Just another story. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So, in March, John McDaniel called Ohio's shutdown order of non essential business madness. A few days later, he died. How ironic. Now we don't know the circumstances of how Mr. McDaniel contracted the virus. Now they take a step back. Nor do we know if he took foolish and unnecessary risks, but we do know what he thought of the measures put in place to keep him and the rest of the public as safe as possible. And we all know people who have had similar opinions to those that McDaniel expressed on social media. If there's any good to come from his death, let it be that people take those measures more seriously. They're there for a reason. Yeah, the reason is control. That's why they're there. So, John W. McDaniel, who's 60, died in Marion at 1:34 p.m. on Wednesday, April 15th at Riverside Methodist Hospital in Columbus. So, he was the president of the O&M Company in Maryland. O&M. Marion Public Health confirmed that the country had its first confirmed COVID-19 related death, but did not disclose the deceased identity. So the county had its first one. So listen to what the Marion Public Health Commissioner says, Tracy Kinsler. On behalf of the entire Marion County community, we express our deepest sympathies to his friends and family. And that's heavily coded. I'll get to that later on. And then she says, our thoughts go out to the Marion County community as well as all Ohioans and those across the world battling this illness and the families of everyone affected by this pandemic. So March 15th is what he said, supposedly. Notice it's dated 5/46, like virus. If what I'm hearing is true, that DeWine has ordered all bars and restaurants to be closed, I say bullshit. He doesn't have that authority. If you are paranoid about getting sick, just don't go out. It shouldn't keep those of us from living our lives. The madness has to stop. So it's so funny how he's coming out of it. He's just saying, if you're paranoid about getting sick, just don't go out. It shouldn't keep those of us from living our lives. He's not talking, he's speaking like a Trump supporter, not speaking with any intelligence. So let's get to the decode. There's lots to decode here. There's another version, called it a killer bug. And here they don't even say bullshit, they just say bulls. And I'll show you why that's interesting. So killer bug, 56 like coronavirus, 43 like pandemic, 97 like death. If you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers. English ordinal cipher, where it's A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, on up to Z, the 26th letter. You add them all together, coronavirus equals 155 in that cipher, C the 3rd letter, O the 15th, etc. You add it up. In the reduction cipher, it equals 56. Everything's reduced down to a single letter. Single digit, I should say. Letters are numbers, numbers are letters. Z will be 8 instead of 26. And that's the cipher we're talking about right here. Because killer bug, 56, just like coronavirus. Also, pandemic is 43 as well. And there's something called reverse, where it's just the alphabet order reverse. So A instead of 1 becomes 26, and Z becomes 1. And reduction, same thing, rules of numerology. A, then the 26th letter in reverse becomes 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. Crash course here. So he's dismissing the lockdown as a political ploy. I'll go into that as well. There's so much here. So here's John McDaniel. Got an obituary here, May 24th, 1959. I'll go into his high school, his class of 77, that number of theater. 81, ritual, he graduated from the Ohio State University. Look at him, he's a member of the Alpha Tau, Omega, and Buckeye Club. Member of a fraternity, secret society. So his name in reverse reduction equals 63. We've seen this number time and time again related to COVID-19. Died of COVID-19. What a shocker. The numbers add up. He went to Ohio State. Ohio State's called the Ohio State University. That equals 307. And in math, 307 is the 63rd prime number related to COVID-19. And his name, John McDaniel. Right. Also look at John in Ohio. Of course John's from Ohio. John 47, Ohio 47. John 61, Ohio 61. John also 20, like death. Also 16. And he died in Riverside Methodist Hospital equals 160. Those hospital equals 46, like virus. Don't go to the hospital, you'll get the virus. Spell it right. Hospital with the S exception, where S can be reduced twice. S, the 19th letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 9 is 10. So with the S exception, it's 46, just like virus. 46, just like hospital. Hospital also 37, like virus. And hospital 44, like the kill number. That's what hospitals do, they kill people. You know, it goes against what you've heard. So 160 is 16, just like John in Ohio. Dies at Riverside Methodist Hospital. How appropriate. Columbus also equals 47. Died in Columbus, just like John in Ohio. Another coincidence. McDaniel also equals 47. 47, the number of foundation. The woman, her name's Kinsler. State health official, full name Tracy Kinsler. Look at her in Freemasonry. 139, 58, and 67, a perfect match. And 3 out of the 5 ciphers if you include the S exception. John W. McDaniel equals 67. just like the woman who talked about him. And 67, that blood sacrifice number, another blood sacrifice. Blood sacrifice 67 in reduction. Got so many tabs open. McDaniel equals 155. Probably seen this number before in reverse ordinal. 155, just like where he died. Riverside Methodist Hospital, also 155. This time in reverse reduction. And of course, coronavirus equals 155. What a coincidence that his last name equal where he died and of what, according to the media. It also equals 380, Riverside. He died at 1:34 p.m., kind of like Riverside. He died in Riverside. And COVID-19 equals 38, also 92. It's from Marion, 92. Look at Marion and COVID-19. 380 like 38, 38 like murder, death, killing. So from his birthday, his death to his next birthday is 39 days. That's interesting because he died on a day with 39 numerology. And he said it's madness. Madness equals 39. Single reduction, and 39, a number of masonry. Masonry, 39, also 33 and 42. Just like I was talking about the number 16 before. 16. John equals 16. Ohio equals 16. Riverside Hospital, where he died, equals 160 or 16. Coincidence of numbers. So if you include the end date, it was 40 days. And he said it was bullshit. Bullshit equals 40. How ironic. And this is another ritual sacrifice. 154, 251, and 107. I'll show you why these numbers relate to him. He died on 4/15 or 15/4. Perfect day for a ritual sacrifice. And he was born on the 107th day of the year, born and bred for a ritual sacrifice. He was born in 59, like Kill and Jewish is 59, Freemasonry 59. And he died with 59 numerology. Born in 1959. And 251, the 54th prime, right? John McDaniel equals 54. Also, so does COVID-19. COVID-19 equals 54 in the KV cipher. So K and V, K the 11th letter of the alphabet, in this case V, the 22nd letter in the alphabet. 22 is a master number, which means it doesn't have to be reduced. So full reduction means everything else gets reduced except for V. And in that cipher it equals 54, just like his name. Just another coincidence. Also, from his death to his upcoming, I guess it would be his 61st birthday, equals is 5 weeks and 4 days. Like 54. Also, madness equals 42. He said this was madness. 5 days later, he dies. It was reported on 420 or 42. 5 days later, 5 equals 42. Also, that's the numbers of Freemason and Saturn. And this is the company he was employed with. Perfect pandemic numbers. 3843 and 4338. Right? Let's get to the woman and what she said. So she said, our thoughts go out to the Marion County community as well as all Ohioans and those across the world battling this illness and the families of everyone affected by this pandemic. 661, the 121st prime, like blood sacrifice. 769, like 136. Show you why that's interesting. 136, the 16th triangular number. We've been talking about the number 16 here. And then 2201 is interesting because his day of birth, 524, leaves 221 days left in the year. 221, that number of the Bavarian Illuminati. Bavarian Illuminati. Not a conspiracy. Oh, it's the Bavarian Illuminati, my bad. 221. So 139, like Freemason, the woman's name. So also, oh wait, there was another quote too. So the Marion Public Health Commissioner, I think there's another quote that she said, oh yeah, on behalf of the entire Marion County community, we expressed our deepest sympathies to his family and friends. Equals 505, like 55, like sacrifice. 55. Sacrifice for the cause of telling people, follow orders, stay at home. Sacrifice 46, like virus as well. Right? Died in a hospital, 46. And then this is interesting. Also 13, that equals 1313. Oh no, wait, it's this one. My bad. It also equals 1117, which is the 187th prime. 187 books in the Torah. Big number. Washington, D.C. equals 187. Also, 187 is the homicide code. So this story heavily coded, and I'm not even done yet. So he died on a day with 38 numerology, right? COVID-19 equals 38. Sorry, this is when he spoke out. COVID-19, 38. Gematria, 38. Murder, death, killing, 38. From that day to his death, the day he spoke out to the day he died was 31 days. Bullshit equals 31. Look at bullshit in Scottish. Bullshit 103, Scottish 103. This is the branch of Freemasonry, the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Also 113, like this was what was highlighted. Bullshit, 113. And 50, just like Scottish. Right? Matching a lot of these ciphers. 50 and 49 numbers for America. America equals 49 and 50. This is a message for America. 49 and 50. And 32 as well. And 139. It's a message for Americans in general. Like, hey, Americans gotta learn. 160. He died in that hospital equals 160. Also 61, like John, like Ohio. He was an avid churchgoer. Church equals 61. 47, like McDaniel. The message here to all Americans, better listen to what we tell you, or you're gonna die. So what else was there? So John W. McDaniel equals 131. 131, the 32nd prime, like Scottish 32. Also, America 32. And if you count the number of days, if you include the end date, it's 32 days from when he spoke out to when he died. Message for America. And it's clearly fiction and bullshit. Both have a great match here, 40 and 113. 40 days before his birthday. Fiction, bullshit. He said bullshit. He belonged to this club, the Gyro Club, also 113. 113 is the number of deception. The coronavirus pandemic equals 113. Just another coincidence, I know. Equals 113 in reverse reduction cipher. Also 103, like Scottish, like bullshit. Right? 113, number of deception, and I'll prove it with gematria. So the pandemic was declared. It was declared a pandemic by the WHO on 3/11, or most of the world says 11/3. Bullshit equals 113. Look at all these 113s. Dishonest 113, not true 113, green screen 113. That's what the media uses. You ever see Wag the Dog? Mainstream 113. If you haven't seen Wag the Dog, you should see Wag the Dog. It stars De Niro and Dustin Hoffman. And it's a really good portrayal of like the media. Hollywood can create any story you want. And it's dishonest 113. There's a bunch of other numbers too. He spoke out on the 75th day. New World Order equals 75. Number of the beast equals 75. And number of the beast also equals 174. You can find that. .174. She's the Marion Public Health Commissioner. 174, like number of the beast. That's what's encoded in here. 174. Also 66. I'll be getting into that shortly. John McDaniel equals 216. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. One of the articles, it said it was written that he said bulls. Bullshit was censored. So coincidentally enough, The Last Dance about Michael Jordan and the 1997-98 Chicago Bulls just started, right? And bulls equals 66. Kind of like number of the beast. Where was it? Number of the beast, 66. Bulls 66, the series about Jordan and the Bulls. Bulls equals 66. The Bulls were formed in 1966. Just a coincidence, I guess. So McDaniel died in Columbus, Ohio. Check out the similarity here. John McDaniel, 54. Columbus, Ohio, 54. Columbus, Ohio, 63. John McDaniel, 63. Also Columbus, Ohio, another 63. I'll get into these numbers. 108. 108 is 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6, the number of the beast. And this happened on 15/3 when he spoke out, or 3/15, Columbus, Ohio, where he died. And 171, their connection to 18 is the 18th triangular number. 6 plus 6 plus 6. Died in Columbus, Ohio. And 63, think about 63. 6 threes. 3 sixes. And he went here to Marion Harding School, 136. We're talking about this number before. The relationship to 16. 16th triangular number. John equals 16, Ohio 16, John 61. He was a churchgoer, big time churchy. Church 61. Right, and what church did he go to? Maybe you saw that. He went to this church, the Epworth United Methodist Church, equals 154, like ritual sacrifice, like he died on 415 or 15/4. So his other quote, he said, it's a political ploy, like Bowls 66, like Number of the Beast 66, 66 books in Revelation. Another coded message. It's funny, I uploaded this at this blog at 4:51. The reflection of 154. Oh my goodness, so hilarious. So another coded story. Got over 300 videos proving this. You know, if I write back and say, "Oh, this is fake news," you know, I don't know what to say. I just ignore my trolls, even if they happen to be my brother. So to the times that we live in, everybody's divided against each other. You know, where do you get your information from? Where do you get your information from? You know, I use only trusted sources. There are no trusted sources. Gematria is your trusted source. That's how you can see through these lies. So rest in peace to John W. McDaniel, or they're calling him Johnny. Bowls. It's funny they have these two right next to each other, right on top of each other. Bowls 66, political ploy 66. He says dad killed. He's a dad. What's dad? Just for fun. Dad 18, like 6 plus 6 plus 6. So he also said earlier that he was on March 15th, or 3/15, he talked about non-essential businesses, that the order was madness. And he's saying it's madness for some, maybe paranoid about getting sick and all this other craziness, not really saying what's really going on. And what's happening now is that all the people who are protesting this lockdown, this quarantine stuff, these stay-at-home orders are being labeled as Trump supporters. So this is all becoming political, and we'll see what happens. But according to Event 201, the simulation, governments let their guard down, and then the virus goes crazy and kills a lot of people. So we'll see if that happens, and if that does happen, whether these people are dying or not, it will be reported that they are dying, and it'll be a referendum on Donald Trump, and I think Biden will be the next president if that does happen. The election will be held on 11/3 or 3/11. That's when it was declared a pandemic. The 64th prime. They did a video about this. Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, Creepy Joe. Joe Biden equals 64. It's also got virus numbers. 37 and 44 are virus numbers. And he's going to be the 46th president. Virus as well. So I don't really want him to be president. I'd rather it be Trump, so that people will remain, nauseated by the president and remain I think people will relax if Biden comes in there, especially the liberals out there, and the people who hate Trump so much, who just woke up about the political process. That both sides, Democrat, Republican, both 47. Gematria proves a lot. Democrat 47, Republican 47. Talked about that number of foundation 47. Euclid's, how to create a square foundation 4 and 7. Foundation 47. 7 and 4. 7 is the fourth prime number. 7 and 4 have this relationship. Also framework 47. This country was founded on 7/4 or 4/7. President 47. Government 47. White House 47. DC 47. Could go on and on. Lots of 47s. It's a number of foundation. Very important to the Freemasons. The compass that they have is set at 47 degrees. And who uses this code? Secret societies like the Freemasons. They owe everything to Kabbalah. Albert Pike, a 33rd degree Freemason, said that. So it's got to be true. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. It's late. I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for watching and supporting. Please share this. Thank you very much.